Hey everyone, today we're going to be testing out the Covergirl versus the Estee Lauder foundation. I've already primed my skin using the Covergirl TruBlend Base Business Primer, and I'm going to be applying both sides with a sponge. So on this side, I'm going to be doing the Covergirl. I'm just going to use like one pump. Typically, I'd like to use like more than one, but we're gonna try and make do with one. So I've noticed that this foundation gives me a lot more coverage when I use that specific primer that goes along with it. I don't know if it's like because of that primer it's giving me full coverage, but I definitely have to build it up irregardless of what primer I use with this particular foundation. Now, I feel like this is a really good match for my skin. The Estee Lauder isn't. So, I don't know if you can see, but it's like super light coverage. I have like freckles here, and this foundation isn't covering up basically anything. It's slightly drier around my nose, and had I used an additional pump, it would have been like very dry around the mouth area. Forehead is looking good for now. So I'm gonna truck on with the Estee Lauder one. One thing right off the bat that really annoys me about the Estee Lauder foundation is that you kind of have to buy a pump separately. So I just have like a candle holder here, and I'm just going to disperse the product on my face like so. So it's a lot more pinker in tone, and we're gonna see a bit of grayness around the mouth in a little bit. God, literally this is like nothing matches, but okay, whatever, we're just gonna do it. I see that there is definitely a lot more coverage instantly, even though like this is not necessarily the right shade. I feel that it's covering a lot more, especially on the cheeks. I find that I have a lot more pores. I'm more porous around my cheek area, and like this seems to be giving me like a very flawless, camera isn't picking it up, but like this seems to be giving me like a really flawless blend as compared to this side. I do have like a couple freckles here, and the foundation is covering it up pretty well in comparison to this. I feel like I'm getting slightly more coverage than I am on this. Now you could totally build this up, but bear in mind that like it tends to kind of like dry out a little bit, so you kind of have to use like some kind of setting spray or like a powder or something. So it's very dry on my nose, but that is something like I feel like happens with literally every foundation, especially since neither of these are like particularly hydrating. I don't know if that's what they claim to do. It doesn't feel lightweight on the skin. It definitely feels like I have something. I can feel like foundation on my skin, especially on this side. I feel like I mean, it is marketed as like a thicker foundation, so that's totally normal. My forehead, it's kind of drying like a little bit on this end here. I don't know if it's like the sponge that I use or if it's just like the foundation. The good news is that nothing is really patching up. Like nothing is like patching up together or like it's too dry one spot, so that's really friggin' good for my life. But yeah, you guys, that is about it. Let me know if you want me to do like a wear test, because I'm more than happy to do it. I just don't know if like people are actually interested in that kind of stuff, but I'm more than happy to report on that. But for right now, that is what that looks like. So I did my makeup, finished it. I did notice like a bit of patchiness, but I don't know when I was applying my bronzer. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like kind of like gray or something here, where like here it looks a lot more smoother, and this is only bronzer. It's not even like I literally just applied bronzer, and I feel like it's patching up here, but I don't know. I'm thinking it's maybe because of the concealer that I applied. Also, my forehead and my nose right here is really dry. And I don't know, it seems like a bit of concealer also got on. I don't know, it's really hard to say, but like it's kind of all like patchy, but I don't know if it's because of the foundation itself or just like the concealer. Honestly, you guys, I have no idea. Now, the thing with me is that like I definitely have oily skin, especially throughout the day, but with me, what happens is that at first my face will be like hella dry like it is right now, but like as it goes on throughout the day, it won't be that way. If you do want to see wear test, please comment down below, because I feel like most people kind of like jet out after the first minute or so. And I don't want to take up anyone's time, and like I want the videos to be kind of fun. So like let me know if that's something you want to see, because I'd be more than happy to do a wear test. And I do read all the comments, even if it's from years and years ago. Trust me, I read all of your comments. I don't have a social media team, I don't have an assistant that like helps me, although that would be kind of cool maybe one day. But like I read all of them, so let me know if that's something you are interested in. I also applied setting spray, and I think that made it maybe a little bit worse because setting spray is dry. But I feel like over time this is going to, throughout the course of the day, I feel like this is going to be like very it's going to settle in really well, I feel like. Except for this little area, this little patch here, I don't know what is happening there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I love to put out content for you guys. So yeah, see you guys very, very soon. Bye.